Hey, yo, what's going on, family? This is Trayvon Jones, Conscious Talk Channel, Trayvon Jones, Conscious Talk Channel, where I like to talk to the black community. I am in the park this morning. I'm taking a walk, getting some fresh air and some sunlight. It's a little sun coming out, and it's beautiful. It's a beautiful day today that the Most High made. People are walking and running, and cars are going by, and people are on their way to work or, off, because it is still the, holiday season. So you still have people, off and in their festive spirits. Although I don't celebrate holidays like that, but y'all understand what I'm talking about. I wanted to talk about Japan right now and the low birth rates. Japan is going through a serious, birth rate decline right now. A lot of the baby boomers and all the, the older population, they won't have anybody to take care of them. They don't have anyone to take care of them because people are dying. A lot of the people there are dying at large rates, but a lot of people are just simply not wanting to have babies. And it's pretty bad. But I want to read this quick article about Japan and the population. It says, Japan suffers its biggest population decline on record this year, according to new figures that underline the country's losing battle to raise its birth rate. The number of births fell to its lowest since records began more than a century ago. The Health and Welfare Ministry said, soon after Parliament approved an immigration bill that will pave the way for arrival of hundreds of thousands of blue-collar workers to address the worst labor shortage in decades. The ministry estimated 921,000 babies will have been born by the end of 2018, 25,000 fewer than last year, and the lowest number since comparable records began in 1899. It is also the third year in a row the number of births has been below 1 million. Combined with the estimated number of deaths this year, a post-war high of 1.37 million, the natural decline of Japan's population by 448,000 is the biggest ever. The data suggests the government will struggle to reach its goals of raising the birth rate. The average number of children a woman has during her lifetime is 1.8 by April 2026. The current birth rate stands at 1.43, well below the 2.7 required to keep the population stable. Family, this is going on all over. Japan is not the only, people that are suffering right now with, birth decline. And you do have a lot of countries who are allowing immigrants. Now, Japan was really strict with allowing immigrants, into their countries, but now they're becoming a little more lenient because they need people to take care of their aging population. You know what I'm saying? They're becoming a little more lenient now. I think one of the requirements is that you have to learn, Japanese. You have to learn the language. Of course, you have to be able to work there and, and basically, get along with the people, and be able to work there, But they're starting to, to break down and say, okay, we got to let some of these foreigners in. We don't want to, but, a lot of countries are picking up where, like America. America is, quote unquote, the great melting pot. Everybody comes, from all over the world to America. So a lot of other countries are starting to do the same thing. Now, we know Africa, they are allowing, a lot of Chinese people to come into their countries. But a lot of the Chinese people that are coming into the countries are raping and robbing. Everything. They're raping and robbing their land. China has, ruined their country. It's toxic as can be. America has gone over there and they have taken a lot of the toxic materials and a lot of toxic things that, we ban here in America. They taking them over there. When you look at, China, when you go online and I see, Chinese people and I see what the country looks like, you see a lot of American brand name type things. A lot of the things that are banned here, like cigarettes ads and things like that, you see a lot of American cigarette ads out that way. And people out there are always wearing masks. It's just so polluted and just it's just, I guess they say it's overpopulated. And I guess if you're in such a small, area, and you put so many people in such a, in a small environment and area, and say, okay, everybody needs to live here, then I guess it could, be small. But if people were able to live the way that we are supposed to be living, and live where the Most High allows us to be, where the land that He has given us, this world is big enough for everyone. And another tidbit for you, Father Nature, Father Nature has no problems with getting rid of the undesirable, has no problem with, the cycle of life, getting rid of, what's been here and, what's causing the toxicity and causing the problems. The earth is ridding all of these type of things. So now, again, you have the Chinese people over here going to Africa, basically robbing and raping the land. And what kills me is that these African people are allowing them to do it. And it's all fueled by money. Now, whether Japan is going to allow, their citizens to, live amongst, foreigners, we'll see. You do have a lot of foreigners that are in Japan right now that are happy about, the government becoming more lenient and saying, okay, we gotta, let people come in, because we got to be able to continue to take care of our country, our people. But not having babies, family, is bad. What man says is bad, the Most High says is good. And what the Most High says is good, man says is bad, family. The Most High says that we are supposed to create and multiply. We are supposed to fill this earth with lots of babies and lots of children, family. But we have society and we have man who says, oh no, the earth is overpopulated. We have to, stop having so many children. We have to have more abortions. We got to get rid of, what we call the undesirables. Excuse me, family. We have to do all these type of things, and it's not the way that the Most High wanted it to be for us. Again, the Most High knows how to get rid of the undesirables, and He knows how to get rid of, people and creations and things. He knows how to do that. That happens naturally. That's a natural thing that happens. But we are to follow what He says, and He says to be fruitful and multiply. But we allow circumstances in life because, America, everything is so expensive, and it discourages you from having children. Well, the same thing is going on in Japan. Same thing is going on in China and other countries. You have a large population of women who have entered the workforce, and they like the fact that they're able to make their own money. They like the fact that they have their own independence, their own, and in Japan, like a lot of other societies, the man is considered the breadwinner, but a lot of women are saying, okay, you know what? Nah. But my thing is, you can't multitask. They say that you can, but it's really difficult to be a breadwinner, making money, going out working 8, 12 hours, 16-hour days, and still come home, cook for children, have children, and be able to spend time with them, give them what they need. It's very difficult to do that because a lot of times other people are taking care of your children. You never really spend time with your children. You're not able to teach your children and instill the values that you would like for them to have. You have other people and strangers instilling values in your children that is foreign to you. So it's not working. It's not working. You have a large amount of children, especially in America, who, their mom, they're single mothers out here who just basically just lock their children up in a house, and tell them don't open up the door for strangers, but their children are running amok when children need to be supervised at all day, all the time. Children need to be supervised. There's not a time that children do not need at least one parent or someone with authority to supervise them. And what we have now is a large generation of women who enter the workforce, and they're leaving their children alone, and this is detrimental, because the kids are running amok, being disrespectful, not following orders because they don't have anybody to direct them, and tell them what they need to do. You know, we just say, okay, this is what you do, this is what you don't do. Don't open up the door for strangers, and we go on about our merry way and just say, all right, peace out, love you, peace. You know what I mean? And that's just wrong. That's not the way that the Most High made it. There's supposed to be a parent home, and usually it's the mother who stays home with the children. Now, in today's society, you know, a lot of women are making way more money than men. So, hey, you know, I mean, if the man is cool with staying home and being a father at home, I say go for it. You know what I mean? You know, I say go for it. But, you know, children need two parents, you know, and we need to get back to wanting to have children and valuing children, because children are an asset and they're valuable. Because working in the medical field, family, I can't tell you how many times I see, you know, an elderly person, you know, in that sick bed, and they're on their last stage of life, and they're there, and there's no loved one there for them. There's no one there for them. No children, no nothing. And all their life they spent, you know, selfishly or otherwise, or whatever, they were doing what they wanted to do and didn't think about children, you know. And now they've come into the last stages of their life, and it's a sad sight to see, family. It is a sad sight to see when no one is there. And the only thing you can do as a nurse, as a caregiver, because that's your job, you know, you become their family. You become their family. And a lot of times they look forward to seeing you. I've had residents that I've taken care of until they've passed away, and they just love me so much. You know, they would request for me, and where's Trayvon? Where's Trayvon? Because, you know, I was always making sure that their little needs were always met. You know, they had special little things that they liked, you know, and I would do for them. You know what I mean? You know, for instance, you know, I had one patient, you know, she was just the sweetest lady. Her name was Miss Washington. She passed away some time ago, and she's a little old black lady, and she had 2 children, and one of her sons would always come to visit her, always bring her, you know, food, because she loved food. She loved to eat. There was no problem with her eating. And, you know, sometimes I would cook things, because I'm a good cook, by the way, y'all. But I would cook things and, you know, bring it to her, and she just loved it. You know what I mean? You know, and, you know, I would make her happy. You know what I mean? I would do little things. I would make sure that she had her music on that she liked. I would make sure she, you know, had her videos that she liked to look at, because she would always look at her same DVDs. I mean, she never changed from the DVDs that she loved to watch all the time. It was like, okay, I'm looking at Big Mama's house. That was her routine. You know what I'm saying? Big Mama's house. But the point that I'm trying to make with all this, family, she had, you know, 2 children. You know, she had her son that would come and visit her, be there for her, you know, and showed her love at the last stages of her life. And, you know, she had me, you know, that was there, you know, and, you know, I took care of my father before he passed away. You know, I took care of him at home. I didn't want him to go to a convalescent hospital. I wanted him to be at home, because working in the medical field, I know how a lot of times people can be mistreated. And, you know, their call light's not answered in a timely manner. You know, they can be on the floor for hours and nobody knows anything. You know what I'm saying? So this is something that I didn't want for my father. So I opted to take time to spend with my father in his final stages of life and be there for him and take care of him, because I wanted him to have a quality of life, you know, as short as it was going to be. You know, I wanted him to be as comfortable as possible in his last stages, and I did that. So I have no regrets in that. And you know, and it just makes me think, you know, wow, you know, because my father was one of those advocates of not wanting a lot of children. He didn't want to have children. His thing growing up was like, yo, I don't want to have any children. But you know, in his death, my father, he thanked me so much. He was like, thank you, son. Thank you for doing this for me, taking care of me, because I know this is a hard job that most people could not do. You know, most family members, it will be very difficult to take care of a loved one in the capacity that I had to take care of my father. You know, and he thanked me, and I have no regrets, family. I have no regrets, because I was able to do that for my father, and for him to go out comfortably and in style, you know, and that's what I wanted for him. And that's what we need to do. So that's why children are valuable and they're precious, you know, for us to instill values in them, to teach them about family and love of self, you know, and the black family and to love your family and to love yourselves and to make children. But when you making children, you have to be able to take care of them. And it takes two parents, family. And not only the two parents, but the grandparents. You know, that's why the Most High gives you two sets of grandparents, you know, on both sides, you know, because it takes a family unit to make these type of things happen. But anyway, I'm just going on and on. Like, it's just a beautiful day out here. Family, I need you guys to like, share, and subscribe. Make sure you press that thumbs up. The more thumbs up, the better. So when you check out my video, go immediately to that thumbs up, press that thumbs up. If you are not subscribed, family, make sure you press that subscribe button. I want to give a shout out to all my subscribers. I want to give a shout out to MLF Network. Thank you, my sister, for commenting on my videos and you know, just showing support, subscribing to me, and showing your love and your support. I'm subscribed to you as well. So, and I checked out your video this morning. Thank you for the love and support, my sister. And thank you, everybody. I love you, family. May you stay up. Peace out. Peace and blessings, and shalom. Peace out, love.